With the Modern Horizon decks coming out just around the corner, I thought I'll be going over the commanders, just solely the commanders. Don't worry, I'll make a video on each of the decks itself. But with how they're doing commander and how they're making commander decks the last year, I do find it interesting to talk about the commander solely on their own and just kind of give a few little hints of how I would personally build it to then compare it to the deck itself when it does come out. So in this video, I'll be going over all 4 of the commanders from the commanders decks in Modern Horizons and giving my thoughts and opinions on them. But before I go any further, you know what I do right about now. We'll hear a word from our beautiful and handsome and sexy sponsor. The sponsor of this video is me. I have started an Etsy page where I'm going to try and be selling clothes that I've designed, thought would be funny, thought would be cool, thought would be amazing on people's bodies. So I literally spent maybe a month or 2 looking at different resources and stuff to come up with the nicest clothes I could possibly find, with the coolest designs that I have done myself, with stuff like playmats, hoodies, t-shirts. I'm going to try and do phone cases. They're harder than I thought, but I do think that it is a really good thing to actually put into. So if you would like to help me out or help the channel out, please go onto my Etsy. It will be linked down below and you'll be able to find very nice clothing and also be supporting the channel. So links down below, and also if there's any other designs, I will be putting on any of my social media, so please follow me there as well. Now that that's done, let's get right into the video and talk about Dissa the Relentless. For 2 black, red and a green, you get a legendary creature, Human Scout, that is a mythic. Whenever a Lehurgurth permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, put it onto the battlefield. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a Terrorgorth token. And she's a 5/6. To be honest, I know that this is a very old card getting a new variation of it, and I know the 2 complicated words are creature types and they're gonna be tokens in this, but other than that, I don't know much about this. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know. You've heard me read out the card. It does. I'm very bad at it. They're very complicated words with letters that should not be next to each other. But I have to see the deck list to have a proper opinion on this. But assuming from the wording of the deck, I say the first half of it to get the is to self-mill would probably be the easiest way, or discard possibly. I don't know what it does. I haven't seen the token as of yet, so again, I don't know what that one does. And then I think this is going to be a very somewhat creature heavy deck, mainly because if you do combat damage, you get the other one, which I think will be easier. But again, I more need to see the tokens to actually give a full kind of review on this commander. I decided to make this video. I did the script where it's just me posting the card so I can read it out, and then I'm like, I will give my honest thoughts and opinions when I read it, so I'm not reading the card right now. So this was a big kind of shock to me. But again, I think when the deck is out and I'm able to go through the deck, I'll be able to give a more kind of defined answer. Next we have Oma, Queen of Vesuva. For 2 and a hybrid mana of a green and blue, you get a legendary creature, Shape-Shifting Noble, that is a mythic. Whenever Oma, Queen of Vesesu enters the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to 1 target land and up to 1 target creature. Each land with every counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types. Each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type and is a 1/5. See, I'm finding that each single set, they're making really good and unique commanders, and these ones are blowing my mind. I'm finding it hard to picture what is going to be in this deck. I say it'll be something like, because if all the lands are all additional other lands, I say putting Urza land cards that get plus 2 wastes for each one would go really well in here, plus the new cave, Urza's Cave. But then the creature types, I think it matters. I think it'd be creature type matters. You'll probably have a Herald's Horn for each creature type gets +1/+1 for each creature type. If all your creatures are every single creature type, I think cycling changelings would be really good in this type of deck. This is a very weird and very cool commander. And a 1/5 for 3 mana is quite good. It seems to be more of a enchantment commander than an actual I'm gonna fight U type of commander. It just seems to be a very weird and bizarre card, and I cannot wait to see the deck and how people use it. Thirdly, we have Satyr Aetherflux Genius. For 1 blue, red and a white, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer, that is a mythic. He has Menace and Haste. Whenever Satyr Aetherflux Genius attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to 1 other target non-token creature you control. Add 2 energy. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice that token unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value, and it is a 3/5. The amount of non-legendary creatures that are absolutely broken that can do mad stuff is unreal. I would love to have this card, put a Fleet Swallow on, attack, get a Fleet Swallower, and have a lot of energy to keep the Fleet Swallowers alive. I do love token decks, and I do love there's a card that you pretty much pick a creature and you're able to turn all the tokens into that creature. I love that card too. This seems to be a very good and interesting deck. I absolutely love it. The amount of stuff you can do is unreal. I actually think out of the 3 I've done so far, this is my favorite, and I do think it is a very good commander if built right. Only thing I could think that I don't like about it is, 1, not a big fan of energy, but that's just me. I know people love it. And the second thing is, because I don't like energy, I don't know how well it'll be to have big creatures. Like, how sustainable would it be to have 2 Golters with this commander and paying the, 12 mana for him with energy? Let me know in the comments down below how well energy will go with this commander. Then finally we have Urlalek Fused Atrocity. For 4 hybrid mana of a Waste and Wooburg, you get a legendary creature Eldrazi that is a mythic. It has Devoid. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you may pay 2 wastes. If you do, copy all spells you control. Then copy all other activated and triggered abilities you control. You may choose new target for the copies, and is a 2/5. To be honest, this seems to be one of those, in my opinion, a kind of somewhat glass cannon deck. It seems to be, don't play your commander until the very end when you have a large amount of weird Eldrazi abilities. Then you play your commander, have it have haste, tap the 2 and do something ridiculous as a game ender. But that's just me. The amount of possibilities is kind of weird with this. I do find, again, all of these commanders to be weird, but that's what I like. I'm loving that all 4 commanders have weird and unique abilities that I haven't really seen, or haven't seen a deck really build around, or if I have, it's a very specific and niche deck that, again, is not your average like Voltron or Go Wide token deck. And that's what I love. I think when it comes to the commander decks, they're doing better and better. I think with the sets, they're kind of being weird and off and finding it hard to get a good kind of mixture. So when it comes to this, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions when it comes to these 4 commanders. I would also love to see what cards you think are going to be in this deck. While you're down there, remember to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media. But as always, I have a previous Magic the Gathering video here, a playlist of Magic the Gathering stuff here, and a subscribe button here. And again, thank you for all the nice comments and stuff like that. I'm nearly close to 1,000, and I'll see you all in the next video.